Sorti il y a près d'un an aux States, His Name Was Jason arrive enfin dans les bacs français, sous la forme d'édition DVD et Blu-ray dont le contenu ultra fourni compense la nature plus qu'anecdotique de ce documentaire consacré à la franchise Vendredi 13.
Friday the 13th, your guide to the groundbreaking horror series. With over 4 hours of bonus features, including rare behind-the-scenes footage, never-before-seen photos, and over 80 interviews.
A l'instar du Zone 1, ce disque édité par Emilia s'avère être une belle réussite et peut se targuer de proposer plus de 3 heures de bonus passionnants et aux propos souvent bien plus pertinents que ceux conservés dans le montage final. Pour une fois, on vous recommande donc de commencer directement par le disque consacré au supplément.
Not that he came up with the plot, but basically what he said was, I want that damn hockey mask out of the movie. So whatever you come up with that gets the damn hockey mask out, let's make that movie. So the plot was, we thought, how fun would it be to play with the audience's expectations and start the movie by killing Jason? And that we would put every cliche that had ever been in any of the Friday the 13th movies within a 5-minute section, set piece. And once he's been killed, we started to reveal a more sort of interesting, or at least from our point of view, interesting version of the Jason myth, which is that Jason is ostensibly Hell's assassin. Pretty much the formula for the Jason movies, or at least as it was described to me, was every 7 minutes a violent death and every 7 minutes a fresh pair of breasts. And that was Sean's advice to me when Dean Lorey and I were crafting the script. And I use the word crafting very loosely. The Friday the 13th movies, I know this sounds terrible, but it's really true, are the cinematic equivalent of mac and cheese. They're comfort food. What Sean wanted us to make sure we kept in the script and then, of course, in the film was, you know, give them the kills, give them the ubiquitous teen sex, give them the comfort food, and then they'll be more accepting of you changing some of the mythology on them and kind of opening up the movie a little bit.
Parce qu'il n'y a pas que les longs métrages dans la vie, la firme Metaluna a décidé de réunir en DVD une sélection de courts de genre français via un disque intitulé French Démence. Si Anthologie oblige, la qualité technique des transferts varie bien évidemment en fonction du matériau d'origine, l'éditeur s'est tout de même fendu de sous-titres anglais sur chacun des films. Au niveau des suppléments, rien à se mettre sous la dent puisqu'on ne trouve malheureusement ni making-of ni commentaire audio pour nous éclairer un peu plus sur la création de ces œuvres, parfois tournées avec les moyens du bord. Chef-d'œuvre parmi les chefs-d'œuvre, Les Griffes de la Nuit s'offre un petit lifting HD plus que bienvenu grâce à l'arrivée du remake produit par Michael Bay et réalisé par Samuel Bayer.
We just see cuts happen. What did that, Lieutenant? I don't know. What's the coroner got to say? He's in the jar and puking since he saw it. You're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Tourné dans des conditions modestes, le film de Craven jouit en Blu-ray d'un transfert 1080p de haute tenue, au piqué redoutable et à la colorimétrie bien mieux gérée que celle de la galette standard parue il y a quelques années. Les bonus, eux, reprennent l'essentiel du contenu de l'édition Infinifilm, auquel Warner a rajouté pour l'occasion une nouvelle fonction interactive appelée Freddy's Point.
Which also opened on cue. He would just hold his glove knife over the edge and cut down, and I would open it up, and then all the maggots would pour out.